I'm gonna be completely honest. Seizing out this is a royal meeting, there's certainly something relevant at stake. Also, it's nice to see the show continuing the theme of the royal sisters are checking up on Twilight, just like they did in Gauntlet of Fire. I don't mean to jinx it, but I do think that we have the makings of a continual story arc. This all makes sense that the princesses are keeping tabs on the person who literally almost wiped out space and time. It's not rubbed in Starlight's face like it was in Sunset Shimmers all throughout Rainbow Rocks. But it can clearly be inferred. There's a level of urgency in getting Starlight to understand friendship.
New friends? Hey, maybe I'll just force friendships by magically enslaving the entire population of Ponyville!
Oh my god, she's kitschy. What I meant to say is I don't have a crush on Starlight Glimmer. Shut up. But in all seriousness, this is the kind of hammy crap I say to people who start to believe I'm a nice person. It takes the pressure off. It's not a good idea, but it's certainly stress relieving.
Need to make a new friend, huh? I know just the pony for you!
Did anyone else think that Pinkie was going to introduce her friends from Party 1? I'm just kind of saying Pinkie freaked me out here. And somehow that's even more horrifying. Can I never see this again?
Yeah, you did something! Whoa! What's happening? I feel really weird. I'm talking so much, and I'm so articulate.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found our replacement if John Delancey never shows up again. I mean, I'm still horrified, and I should be. Starlight Glimmer is utterly failing as a good person, and that's a good thing because she doesn't know how, nor should she. And before anyone says Starlight Glimmer is acting dumb, I would simply respond with, you can't empathize with evil assholes, or choose not to. Anyone else wish Big Mac kinda got stuck like this for a while? This might feel like a nitpick, but Murray has gunned out a dress before. It's kinda laughable that the only thing she had was a clearance bin hat. No, really, Rarity. Can't whip something up for a royal function? Rarity, the social elite pony in Ponyville. I think the episode would have flowed better without this scene, but that's just me. The worst ponium season 6 goes to... No, seriously, what the fuck was this? If you go to any conventions this year, you just know some asshole bronies are gonna start doing this shit. I'm not even talking about kids, I'm talking about full-grown men and women are going to be making this a fucking thing. God damn it, everyone remember Nick Comphalone.
You're adorable, but probably not what Twilight had in mind.
It's alright, Angel, I understand. What I meant to say is Fluttershy is barely in this scene. But seriously, the evilest character falls in love with Starlight Glimmer. My word, they finally made Angel Bunny empathetic. And it only took 6 seasons.
They're not saying it, but I think every pony knows about my past. I may have been a tiny bit completely and utterly evil.
Ponies judge me on my past, too.
Well, by now we all know who this is. Fuck critique, fuck analysis, and fuck review. I'm just kidding. I do give thanks for the fact that it only took about 7 minutes before the real magic begins.
Finally, a pony I can relate to.
So is anyone else getting a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy vibe here? 2 villains who just sorta click? Wouldn't it be something if Starlight Glimmer winded up dragging Trixie down and not the other way around? Oh yes, that smile! This just surpassed peanut butter crackers as my favorite Trixie moment. I could stop right now, ignore any flaws with this episode, and be completely happy.
With any pony, but, well, with Trixie's past and your past, I'm not so sure she's the best first friend.
This is the face of the unrepentant villain. That tone, that sneer. 10 out of 10. I had this argument with Brony Buck early in the season that Trixie was in fact not reformed and she had apologized because she had nothing else left to lose. In Ghostbusters, she was unfairly heckled by 5 of the main 6 for being a show pony. And this was all the while the only thing that she was doing was her job. And when she did in fact return to Ponyville, she was told to get out. She's not redeemed because the person who was in the wrong was Twilight Sparkle, and this is coming from a Twilight Sparkle fan. Now to be fair, Trixie did kinda shit the bed the last time she was in town. But to be totally fair, she was just getting even with the ponies heckling her. And what, might I ask, is wrong with getting even?
In your past, I'm not so sure she's the best first friend.
But whatever she did, you've forgiven her, right?
Of course. It's just, she wasn't the nicest pony.
Ah, the pot at long last has met the kettle. Twilight Sparkle has always had a hate boner for Trixie. It's not that I don't agree. Trixie and Starlight Glimmer from Twilight's mission statement of learning the power of friendship is a terrible idea. Starlight Glimmer and Trixie would go together about as well as my friendship with Vita Wind. Stay tuned for that, that'll be in my Fall of the Second Rift later on. The basic idea is, for that friendship to work, everyone else would have to suffer around it. So, would it be a great friendship? Well, technically yes. But the cold, hard, sad truth is that Starlight Glimmer learning friendship is more about helping keep Equestria safe. Just much like when they taught Discord. I highly doubt Celestia gave a good goddamn about helping Discord so much as making him useful. And that's why Twilight didn't keep Trixie around, and she kept Starlight Glimmer instead. Starlight was useful in Twilight's eyes. Even though she did infinitely more damage than Trixie, she got a much better deal from being useful. And that's the real moral, kids. Be useful, and people will forgive you. Christ, look at my track record in the fandom. This episode is my life in the Brony fandom. This is such a Vita move.
Maybe I can help. I'm pretty good at organizing stuff. Magic props, brainwashed crowds.
This is so much better than Sunshit Simmer from Rainbow Rocks, because Starlight is reminding us she's laughing at herself.
I could introduce you to my friend here. Nice to meet you. No, you can come out now.
I don't know what I was expecting, maybe Moondancer?
Won't trust you. Who can really say? Who said what? I know I can't.
Well, this might have been the scummiest move in Twilight's existence. It's almost like Trixie brings out the worst in Twilight.
I'm afraid of. Oh, what about her?
Okay, I'm trying hard to ignore the fan service. I would normally eat this up, but I'm enjoying the main story too much to bother with these distractions. That's sadly what they are. Save this garbage for episodes like On Your Marks.
You're better at magic. Only when I'm wearing a soul-sucking evil amulet, so I don't think that counts. Funny story, don't need to get into it. I meant stage magic. Well, of course.
And there you go, Tommy Oliver's points of stating very clearly that Trixie is a stage magician. Bright as the day, black as the night, thoroughly spelled out by the show.
But it doesn't bother me in this because it was at least funny this time. If you're expecting me to hate on this episode, you are sadly mistaken. Do I look like Tommy Oliver to you?
Well, no, you'd have a point then. You can go back to smiling and shaking your empty head with a grin now. Jesus, is Twilight gonna interfere and get Trixie killed? That's horrifying.
Use magic to save you and make you appear in the black box. I guess that would work, but if you made one mistake, I'd be a goner.
That looks like an amazing DeviantArt commission. I approve. Also, is that a Dragon Ball? And so a new meme is born. Terribly unamused Celestia.
I'm so glad we're not at that boring dinner. Ahem.
You know I've gotten busted saying shit like this. Just like that Joss Scorcher Ink Rose Dr. Wolf Snorefest from last year's BronyCon.
Come all! Come and see the pathetic and friendless Trixie's way to go, dum-dum. You really messed it up this time. Repentance Tour.
That's an excellent Maud Pie impersonation. Well, can't wait for Aiko Portal to get a hold of that one. In closing, there's a lot of room for interpretation. Did Trixie get swallowed up and teleported out? Did Trixie play Twilight with fake tears? Did she do the show act knowing that Starlight and Twilight wear easy marks and will bail her ass out? It's not completely satisfying, and it's not open and shut. The truth is, with the fandom, I always felt that Trixie is best when it's open to interpretation. It's been 3 seasons since the last time I saw Trixie on the show proper. And on top of all that, it's an amazing Starlight Glimmer episode. Certainly her best in the redemption arc. She continues to fumble because she doesn't understand friendship and what truth is. And she shouldn't. I can tell you from experience this is going to be a work in progress. See you next time, kids.